All right, hey everybody, welcome to Connected Life. So, if you want to check out a playlist, the playlist that says live stream, there is a live stream from yesterday that pretty much goes over everything that I'm going to go through today, but it just does not have the board. So, that live stream was about connection, reconnection with ourselves, reconnection with other people after COVID. So basically, in the live stream, we talk about, or I talk about, this is what happened when we went through COVID, right? So here we are. This is us. And here we are during COVID. So we're isolated, right? We're staying home. We're not going out. We're going out with masks. If we go to the gym, which a lot of gyms were closed, but once we started going back out again, we were all wearing masks. So you couldn't really see our faces. If we were smiling, if we were angry, you didn't know that. So you were kind of in your own little bubble, staying in your house, driving alone in your car, staying at home, not going to the office or going to work. And it was kind of like you were isolated. So meanwhile, now that COVID is over, we have all these other things that we can do out here. We can be going out with friends, we can be hanging out with family, we can be going to social events, clubs, picnics, parties, barbecues. Depending on where you are in the world, it might be cold like it is here, or it might be warm, really warm. So the thing that we need to do now that we're not separated and segregated and wearing masks is to start to build the connection with ourselves, right? Focus on what are we thinking, what are we feeling, and just kind of getting that connection back with ourselves. Why do I feel the way I feel? Why do I think the way I think? What happened yesterday? What happened this morning? What happened last week? Did I go through a breakup? Did I go through something at work? Did I go through something with a family member? Maybe I had an argument, right? So if those types of things are making us feel lonely or sad or angry, we kind of have to look at that, go within, and say, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? And why do I think that I'm thinking or feeling this way? Did someone say something to me that made me feel sad? Did someone do something to me that made me feel sad? And if that's the case, we have to go to the next level and say, why did this thing that they said or did make me feel sad, right? That's the key. So we know we feel sad, or we know we feel lonely or angry. The key to the next aspect of that is, why do we feel sad? What did that person say? What did that person do that led us to feel the way that we feel? And we can do that through meditation. We can do that through just sitting in silence and asking ourselves. You want to do this like at home or in your car, quietly at a park, someplace where you don't have a lot of outside noise, and you just kind of want to get in touch with what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and then try to discover why. Why did what they said hurt me? Why did what they did hurt me or make me upset? All right? So that's the first thing we want to do, is we want to try and reconnect with ourselves. Figuring out who I am, figuring out what I want to do with my life, figuring out my emotions, right? Reconnecting with myself. Why do I feel this way? Why do I think this way? Why do I do the things that I do? Why do I like the people I like and not like the people that I don't like? And then once we do that, we want to start looking at connecting outside of ourselves. So that would be these people, right? These things out here. So we're working on why we think and feel the way we feel, why we feel sad, why we feel angry. And then we want to start going out and hanging out socially again so we can reconnect with people on a social level. So if we're sitting at home and we're on our phone, or we're watching video games, or playing video games, or watching TV, or eating, or shopping online, or drinking, or smoking, whatever it is that you're smoking, we're still disconnected and distracted from social events and other people, other humans. We as humans need that interaction. We need that connection. That's part of our survival mechanism. So the key is to, instead of sending a text, call up somebody. Call a friend, call your family members, call your coworkers. If you're still working from home, maybe call a coworker and maybe go out to lunch or go out to dinner. Talk about things that are related to work, or talk about things that are not related to work. You know, what kind of hobbies and things that you like outside of work. What kinds of things do you do with your friends and your family? Where do you travel? What kinds of foods do you like? Start to get to know people on a more intimate level and stop just texting them, right? Texting doesn't show us facial expressions, doesn't give us the tone of someone's voice. We can't look into someone's eyes and understand what they're feeling or what they're going through. So now that COVID's gone, the key is to make those connections again, because we lost all of that. We were staying at home, we got involved in our phones, we got involved in our video games, we got involved in the things that we do alone, and now we're kind of still holding on to those. We're still using those as coping mechanisms. We're still playing video games for 5 hours when we could actually be out with friends and family and doing social events for 4 hours. So it's okay if you play video games. It's okay if you have a drink. It's okay if you smoke a little, if you watch porn, if you have sex, but we have to understand why we're doing it. If we're just doing it to distract ourselves from what we're thinking and feeling, then that's not healthy. So the reason we want to connect with ourselves is to figure out why we're thinking and feeling the way we're feeling. And then we want to accept that, embrace it, be okay with it, and then work on ways to not be sad and angry going forward, and then start going out and meeting people and hanging out and reconnecting and hugging people and touching people and holding hands. So all of the things that we stopped doing when COVID hit are the things that we need to start doing again, because that's part of what we need as humans. That's what we need as for connection. We need that connection with human beings. We're getting way too isolated. So that's basically what I go over in the live stream, is reconnecting with ourselves. If you meditate, or if you just read a book on self-help, self-development, if you sit in silence, if you listen to soft or low playing calming music and just kind of think about what you're thinking about and think about what you're feeling. Why do I feel like this person made me angry? What is it that they said? How did they say it? And what in that made me feel this way? Was it something from childhood? Was it something from my parents? Was it something from a previous relationship? Maybe I was really in a relationship where I felt the person cared for me and I cared for the person, and they said something very hurtful to me. And now 5, 10 years later, if someone says something similar to that, I feel the same way. Those are the things that we want to work through so that we understand why we feel the way we feel. And we're kind of responding to things in life more on a conscious level, more from an awareness level, versus I feel this way, I don't want to feel this way, so I'm just going to go drink or smoke or play a video game or binge watch TV. You know, the things that we do when we don't want to feel our feelings. The key is to feel our feelings, understand them, be okay with them, work through them, and then reconnect with people on various levels. Friendships, close friends, intimate friends, romantic friends, vulnerability, authenticity, honesty, being open. All of the things that we kind of fear are the things that help us get through life in a healthy way. Comment below and let me know. Are you struggling with connecting with people? If you are, I can send you some information on how to do that and how to make that easier. Also, check out the podcast on the YouTube podcast playlist. There's a whole bunch of information there. And if you like this video, please like. And if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. That way you'll know when I put out a new video. It's all about reconnecting. First, connecting with yourself, and then connecting with others. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.